Hello, my name's Ben. I'm the creator of Tutor, and I'm coming to you guys today from a very rainy North London to talk about the Tutor Champion Programme and my dream for Tutor going forwards. But before I do that, I just want to take a moment to say thank you to everyone in the community who has contributed and made this the last 2 years the best 2 years of my life. It's just been an absolute pleasure and a privilege to work on Tutor for you guys. I can't explain what it's like just to put something out there into the wild and to have people love it and to respond to it and to feed back on it and to share it with other people. It's just an absolutely fantastic feeling, and I thank you guys for giving that to me. It's been the most fulfilling project that I've ever completed in my professional career. I say completed, worked on in my professional career. And I look forward to doing it for as long as I can. So thank you to everyone who has made these first 2 years so special for me. So on to the Tutor Champion Programme, topic of discussion today. Now this is an opportunity for you guys in the community to help support the site today and define the vision for what Tutor should be tomorrow. So what do I mean by that? Well, just to give you a bit of context, we moved over to Amazon Web Services back in October 2014, and the reason for that was we'd basically outgrown our previous platform. We were getting far too many users and visits, and the site was struggling, and often it would go down for a few hours, and I'd wake up in the morning to a flurry of panicked emails about people thinking they'd lost their cubes and that kind of thing. And it wasn't practical to stay on that old platform anymore, so I took the decision to move us over to AWS. The site has been a lot more stable as a result. You know, we don't see that kind of downtime anymore. And Amazon offers a way to scale up that kind of works with the increase in users that we've been seeing over the past few months. But the way that scaling works is essentially on Amazon Web Services, you pay for what you use. So the more people use the site, the more we pay at the end of the month to keep the site live. And as a result, I've seen a month-on-month increase in the amount, the financial burden that is placed upon me each month to pay. So in February it was $415, in March it was $567, and in April it was $603. And sadly that's something that I personally can't afford to be paying on my own anymore, particularly as I don't have a job at the moment. I left my previous job back in December 2013. And for the past year and a half, I've been working in part on Tutor and on some of the cool stuff that I'm about to tell you about. But it means that my bank balance isn't in a great position anymore, and I can't afford, sadly, to be fronting these bills each month. So to that end, I've created a Patreon campaign. Now, the way things work on Patreon is that you as a patron would pledge to send me, as the creator of Tutor, a certain amount each month. Now that can be just as little as $1 or as much as you like. And in return, I will reinvest all of that money donated by the community collectively into those server costs and into guaranteeing the future of the site. So it would just be an absolute relief if we could get to that first milestone that you'll see on the Patreon campaign. The milestone is the collective amount donated by the whole community, and that would cover the server costs each month. That would be incredible. It'd be such a relief to know that this site that I love, and hopefully you guys love too, is safeguarded for the future. But that's not all. As a Tutor champion, as someone who's able to send $5 or more through the Patreon system each month, your account will be upgraded on Tutor to a champion level account. Now that means that you're going to get access to a whole bunch of additional features alongside all of the features that you come to know and love, the drafting, the analysis, the blogging, etc. You get a whole tier of extra features on top of those to say thank you for being a Tutor champion. So I'm not going to talk about all of these features, but you can check them all out in the link below, and those guys who are in the beta program will know a bit more about exactly what those features are. But for everyone else, check out the link below and have a read about the benefits of becoming a Tutor champion. But there's just one feature in particular that I'd like to focus on today, and that's Castle AI. Now, this is a groundbreaking drafting AI for your cubes on CubeTutor. And the goal for this AI, the original mission statement that I set out back when I started on this about a year ago now, was to create an AI that really drafted in the same way that a human would. And what does that mean for your cubes? Well, it means that you can go onto CubeTutor and draft against an AI and get a very similar performance in terms of drafting and a very similar outcome to what you can expect for your real life drafts. So if you want to know, if you want to add, say, Storm to your cube, for example, you want to add that as a new strategy, a new archetype, add those cards, take it for a spin through Castle AI, and just see if it manages to draft a Storm deck or not. You know, you'll soon see whether or not that particular strategy is supported based on how you've configured your cube. So it really gives you that insight into how your cube's going to work, how it's going to be drafted, and the kind of decks that people might just come out with after drafting your deck. In addition to that sort of level of understanding, you also get to drill down into each individual decision made by a Castle AI bot, so you can see why did it pick Vindicate over Doomblade, or you know, whatever decision it is, you can really get into the nitty gritty of that and understand why that's happened. And in the case where you disagree, you can produce a report. So the whole of Castle AI has been built so that it's got a feedback loop, so you guys can feed back into it and help me improve it. It's something that is very much a living thing. I don't ever really expect Castle AI to be done necessarily, particularly as Magic the Gathering is an evolving game. You know, new sets are being released, new strategies are constantly emerging, and I want the AI to be able to keep up with that, and I want it to know about all those things. So there's this whole support loop so that you guys can feed back into the AI and help me make it as awesome as possible. So it's not just Castle AI that I want to continue working on. I would love to build better mobile support for CubeTutor. It's one of the big things that you guys have mentioned to me over the past few months. The site doesn't perform as well as it should do on a phone or a tablet. How cool would it be to be able to like draft your cube on the go? Like get on the train and make a few picks, and then at the next station get off and make a few more picks, and that would be really cool. I would love to do that. In addition, I own the domains Commander Tutor and edhtutor.com, so hey, that's potentially a cool new direction for the platform. But more importantly, as a CubeTutor champion, you guys will have a formal way to request these kind of features now. So I've implemented a voting system, and anyone who's a champion can go along and suggest a new feature or a bug fix or a change to anything on CubeTutor at all. And the other champions will be able to vote on those features, and I will pledge to work on the highest voted features. So that brings me on to the next point, which is how many of those features am I going to have the time to work on? Well, like I said, I left my job 18 months ago now, and I'm really in the stage of I've got a mortgage, I've got a house, 2 cats, and I need to be in a position where I can pay those bills. And I think the most likely thing that's going to happen is I'm going to end up going back and getting a job in London and working as a programmer like I was before. But it would be my absolute dream to work on CubeTutor and for it to be my job that paid the bills. I can't think of anything more in the world that I would rather do than build this site, build the best cube site in the world, build the best draft AI in the world, build mobile drafting and Commander Tutor and whatever you guys want me to build, whatever you vote on using this new CubeTutor champion system, I would love to do that. So you'll see that there are a couple of additional tiers on the Patreon program, and if I could get to those, that would be amazing. That would be my dream. But obviously I'm realistic. So if we can get to that first point where the server costs are covered each month, that would be fantastic, and I would be so grateful for you guys, the community, for supporting CubeTutor like that. So that's it, and I hope that's an attractive proposition to you guys. For just a small donation a month, not only do you get to guarantee the future of the site, but you also get a whole bunch of cool stuff for your cube, including Castle AI, grid drafting, Winston drafting, custom card images, draft pack configuration, and a whole bunch of other stuff all detailed on the link below. Plus, as a Cube Tutor champion, you get the voting rights to really help me shape the future of the site and collectively tell me what you think we should be doing going forwards. So if all of that sounds good to you, then please do go and check out the Patreon campaign at the link here. And thank you for listening.